Welcome to the American English Podcast, the show where we break down the real-world language you need to know. I'm Thomas, and I'll be your guide today.
And I'm Linda. We're here to really dig into some essential, casual expressions and explain not just what they mean, but, how they actually work in American culture.
Exactly. Our mission today is all about you, the beginner learner. Maybe you're at that A1 or A2 level, the textbook rules, but then you hear a native speaker and, well, you feel totally lost.
Yeah, that's a really common problem. So we're drawing from material in American English, essential casual expressions, to try and bridge that huge gap between academic English and how people actually talk.
We want to focus on function, speed, and tone. Because if you can just master a few of these short, powerful phrases, your confidence is going to shoot right up. You'll sound natural, not like you're reading from a script.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with greetings. This is, I think, the first place people get tripped up because casual American English just throws formality out the window from the start.
It really does. I mean, you won't hear, hello, how do you do, very often.
Right.
The function of the greeting totally changes. It stops being a real request for information, and it becomes more of a recognition. It's just a way to say, hey, I see you.
And the most common, the most fundamental replacement for hello is just one word, hey.
Yes. Hey is your first essential phrase. But the context here is so important. Hey is casual. It's for friends, your peers, people you see all the time. If you use hello everywhere, you sound a little stiff.
But hold on, let me ask about that. For a beginner, is hey always okay? I mean, if I'm meeting my new boss or maybe emailing a professor, is hey going to work there?
That is such a crucial question. And the answer is no, probably not. You've hit on the cultural line. Hey is perfect for your friends, the barista, someone at the gym.
Okay.
But for those formal settings, that first email meeting the CEO, you really need to stick with hello. Knowing when to switch your tone is just as important as knowing the words themselves.
That is super clear. Okay, so moving on to the actual question part. The source material points to two main casual questions. What's up? And how's it going?
What's up is an absolute classic, and we see so many learners try to take it literally, like what is happening above my head?
Right, yeah.
But it's just a casual way to say, how are you?
And this is where we need to touch on grammar for a second, especially for our A1, A2 listeners. Look at the contraction.
Oh, this is a huge, huge deal. When you're studying formal English, you're taught to write out what is, but in spoken conversational American English, contractions like what's are basically mandatory if you want to sound natural.
So if I said, what is up, out loud,
you'd sound like a robot. I mean, you really would. Understanding that spoken English is all about these compressed sounds is so important.
So you spend all this time learning the formal rules, and then you have to kind of unlearn them to have a conversation.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about the expected answers, because this brings in the cultural part. When someone asks, what's up, or how's it going, they are almost never looking for a 5-minute story about your life.
Oh, absolutely not. In fact, if you give a long answer, the other person will probably start to feel a little uncomfortable. The expectation is, well, it's brevity.
The standard answers are usually not much, or maybe I'm good. They're just functional responses to keep things moving. And if someone asks, how's it going? You'd just say, good, or it's going well. The goal is just quick acknowledgement.
Okay, let's do a really quick dialogue example so you can hear the rhythm. Listen to how fast this is.
Okay, so person A says, hey, how's it going?
And B would say, it's going well, thanks. What's up with you?
Hey, not much, just busy today.
And that's it. That whole exchange took, 3 seconds? That speed, that's the casual rhythm of American English. You have to get used to that quick back and forth.
Yeah, and if you think about it, this preference for short answers, it just keeps social interactions smooth and low effort. We acknowledge each other without demanding a big emotional investment right away.
That makes a lot of sense. So once you're past the greeting, the next thing is just managing the actual conversation, especially if you need help or don't understand something. Let's talk about phrases for meeting and politeness.
Right. So when you meet someone for the first time, you need a safe, standard phrase. And the material confirms that nice to meet you is absolutely the most common one.
And what if I say pleased to meet you? Am I going to sound weird?
You won't sound weird, no, but you will definitely sound more formal, maybe a little bit British or like you prepared a speech. Americans we overwhelmingly say nice to meet you. It's cleaner, shorter. Just stick with nice.
Got it. Good tip. Okay, next up is, excuse me, this little phrase is a powerhouse because it does two different jobs.
It really is. It covers two totally different social situations. The first one is to get someone's attention. So if you're lost, you'd say, "Excuse me, where is the train station?" You're politely asking for their focus.
And the second function is just an apology, right? For a physical thing, like if you bump into someone.
Exactly. You bump into someone on the subway, you say, "Excuse me." It's the perfect little apology for minor physical stuff like that.
Okay, so what happens if you just didn't understand what someone said? You need a polite way to ask them to repeat it.
The best phrase for this is, "I'm sorry, can you say that again?"
This is so important for beginners because the first impulse is often just to say, what? Or maybe, huh. But in American English, just saying what can sound really, really abrupt, maybe even rude.
You're exactly right. Using that full, softer phrase, "I'm sorry," shows respect, and then you make the request. It's always the better way to go. It shows you're trying to understand.
And speaking of being polite, we have to talk about how to make requests. The force brings up the phrase, "Could you help me with this?"
Yes. And we should explain the simple mechanics here. The key is that one little word, could. We call it a modal verb, but you can just think of it as politeness insulation.
I like that, insulation.
Right, because just saying, "Help me with this," is a command. It's demanding. But when you add, "could you," it becomes conditional. You're signaling respect for their time. You're kind of asking, "If it's possible for you to help me, could you?" It gives them space to say no.
It's amazing how that one word changes the whole dynamic from demanding to friendly. Okay, let's shift gears to our third section, talking about casual agreements and, well, how to get out of a conversation.
So when someone thanks you, the formal response, "You're welcome," is perfectly fine. But, it can feel a little stiff sometimes.
And the casual phrase you can hear way more often, probably 10 times more often, is "no problem."
No problem is everywhere. And culturally, what it does is it minimizes the favor. You're telling the other person, "Hey, it wasn't a big deal for me. It was easy."
All right, it makes the whole thing feel more fluid, like there's no debt or obligation. The rhythm is just, "Thanks for the help."
No.
Simple.
Ah.
Okay, finally, let's talk about closing tactics. When a conversation is ending, Americans rarely just say goodbye. There's a lot more variety.
Yeah, variety keeps it light. You have simple ones like "see you later" or "take care."
Mm-hmm.
But then you get into the contractions that are so important for understanding fast speech, like "I gotta go." That's the short, informal version of "I have to go." You have to practice hearing "have to" become that single sound "gotta."
Yeah, if you miss that, you might not even realize the person who's trying to leave. "I gotta go" is a clear signal that the conversation is over.
And my absolute favorite closing phrase, just because it's so versatile, is "have a good one."
Oh, that's the ultimate umbrella phrase, isn't
It
it?
is. It's so efficient. It can mean "have a good day," "have a good evening," "have a good weekend." It all just depends on the context. It's
Yeah.
friendly. It's nonspecific. It always works.
So, wrapping this all together for you, the listener, we've gone from greetings to requests to closings. The big theme here is just recognizing the power of these short, casual phrases to make you sound, well, like you fit in.
And to really get this knowledge to stick, we've got a couple of concrete tips. First, you have to go beyond just reading the words. You need to focus on the rhythm and the pronunciation.
Right. Don't just read "what's up" slowly. Say it out loud, quickly, with that American intonation. Try saying "have a good one," so the words kind of blend together. That speed is what you're aiming for.
Second, and we keep saying this, you have to internalize the context. These phrases are for casual, everyday situations. If you're writing a formal email to a university, you need to switch back to that formal, non-contracted English.
Knowing when to code switch is a huge sign of fluency. So here's your practice challenge. A mental checklist of 5 core phrases we want you to start using today.
Okay, number 1, "what's up?"
Number 2, how's it going?
Number 3, "excuse me?"
Number 4, no problem.
And number 5, "have a good one."
If you can master just those 5, you have unlocked a huge piece of the basic rhythm of spoken American English.
It's a massive step forward for any A1 or A2 learner.
So as we wrap up this American English podcast discussion, I want to leave you with one last thing to think about, something based on our theme of brevity. We've learned the words, but the real challenge is always the culture behind the words.
And what's that?
Well, think about the answer, not much. It's not just about being efficient. It's about an unspoken cultural rule in America that values quickness and, well, minimizes neediness in these small interactions. If you give a 3-minute answer, you're not breaking a grammar rule, you're breaking an invisible social rule.
That's a really powerful idea. Understanding those unwritten rules is the key to real fluency.
Yeah. We hope this session has given you some tools to upgrade your casual English right away. We would love to hear which of these phrases is your new favorite. Let us know in the comments on our YouTube channel.
And please, if this was helpful, do us a favor and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future shows.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Take care.
Have a good one.